Hi people! It's almost impossible to not love Heartland as a TV show. If you somehow come across this Canadian TV saga at one point in your life, we can guarantee that you have been obsessed with the series already. Recently, it feels like every other TV show is filled with violence, brutality, and lack of compassion, as if these are the preconditions for a series to be a hit. We believe this is a major misconception when it comes to TV. Yes, from time to time, it's great to watch the handling of human nature in the most pessimistic way possible. However, for the most part, we want to be filled with hope after watching a show, especially when we're not binging a series but watching it as an average TV audience that's coming from work. We're looking for a series that will ease our minds. Everyday life is already very successful. Don't get us even started from the global tragedies. Naturally, we're fed up with negative portrayals of anything. And yet, we're also not looking for a quick laugh. People often mix the two so easily. A sitcom can easily be a comfort watch for many. However, every comfort show doesn't need to be a sitcom, since laughing and being happy are not the same things. More often than not, sitcoms such as Arrested Development tenses our nerves while also making us laugh out loud at the same time. At this point, Heartland presents a unique example, as the show manages to make us happy without applying comedy, while also staying away from negativity as much as possible. We believe this is the very premise that makes Heartland stand out from its peers, and enables it to last strong for 15 long years. In addition to this, Heartland also differentiates itself from the others with its highly strong and stable casting. Most shows who are ambitious enough to last more than 5 seasons are failing at this department, since the cast is either a disappointment from the very beginning or gives up on the show after a while. Therefore, most shows come up with almost a completely renewed casting after a few years, as the actors choose to focus on other projects. And yet, Heartland has managed to preserve its cast for the most part even after 15 years. The only significant departure from the series took place in season 14, and it's marked as a singular incident in the history of Heartland that's wished to be not repeated. The rest of the cast, including the protagonist Amber Marshall, continues to enjoy playing in the series, as Heartland has already proved that it will be the highlight of their careers. Marshall is an important example in this case, since she has been in the show since she was a child. The majority of the main cast are consisting of actors and actresses who have already proved themselves in the acting business before. For Marshall, however, Heartland has become the one that enabled her to rise to fame. Generally, actors in a similar situation with Marshall prefer to explore other options in the sector to avoid the impression of being stuck at a show. Her co-star and on-screen lover Graham Wardle, who was playing Ty Borden, chose this exact path and decided to leave the show to explore alternatives. Marshall, on the other hand, still seems happy to be a part of Heartland and shows no signs of a desire to leave the show anytime soon. We don't blame Marshall for being so dedicated to the series. First of all, the series enabled her to rise to fame, so there is a sentimental bond between the two. Besides, Heartland is also very suitable for Marshall's unique lifestyle. Marshall isn't an ordinary actress who is living in a big city and going after various productions and parties at once. On the contrary, Marshall is living a pretty laid-back life that reflects her humble nature. She is living on a ranch near the Heartland Ranch. She is obsessed with horses and volunteers at a local veterinary clinic on the weekends. She has dozens of animals from chickens to dogs and personally takes care of them every single day. She sometimes rides to the Heartland set with her horse, embracing the character of Amy even before leaving her house. She is also happily married to Sean Turner, a Canadian photographer, since 2013. The couple's love has been going strong since they first met at a horse race. After this love at first sight moment, they got married through a very small-scaled wedding ceremony that took place on their ranch. Any other actress in Marshall's position would have gone for a massive wedding that will make headlines for days. However, she preferred to have a moderate one that is much more meaningful for both her and her husband. Even the altar was made by Turner himself as a signifier of his life for Marshall. The couple has no child as of yet, but their animals seem to occupy them more than enough for now. Marshall is often highlighted in various country magazines and social media channels for being an ambitious, successful, an inspiring woman who sets an example for many others. She is always occupied with multiple things at once, including having her jewelry line and magazine. Marshall is a force to be reckoned with. What do you think about Heartland? Do you see the show as a comfort watch? Do you think the series is exceptionally good at creating a positive atmosphere that makes us filled with hope? What about Amber Marshall? Do you appreciate her laid-back attitude? Do you see her as an inspiration for yourself? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.